Now, yes, we are going to look at multiplication of number base. So let's go there. Now, this is what we're going to look at. Now, let's assume you have to multiply this thing. You can do it in two ways. I'll do the first method and the second method. So anyone you feel like using, no problem. You still arrive at the same answer. Now, this one, you do it like normal multiplication. 1 times 2, that is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Now, 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 2 is what? Is 0. 2 times 2 is what? Is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 2, you write what? 4 here. Should have. Now, 2. Yeah, this is when you are going to, now you are going to add it. Normal multiplication, you will add all these numbers together. But here, your answer here, it should be less than 3. Answer here should be less than, because it's in base 3. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 4 is 6. Now 3 goes in 6. That is what? 2, remainder 0. That's how you that's how you do it. 2 plus 2 is what? Is 4. 3 goes in 4. That is 1, remainder 1. Now 1 plus 4 is 5. 3 goes in 5. That is what? 3 goes in 5 is what? 1, remainder 2. So you write this remainder 2. Then this 1 is less than 3, so you put it down. So this is your final answer. So final answer is what? 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. Now the other way you can do this thing is this. Let me clean this one off. I'll be using this first method in our next work or next exercise. Now this one, now the other way you can do this thing is you have 2, 1, 2 times 2, 0, 1. Now what you're going to do now is, as in base 3, your multiplication, your number here should be less than 3. Everything that will be here less than 3. 1 times 2 is less than 3. You can write it. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 2 is what? Is 0. Now 2 times 2, you should write 4. But you write 4 now. You now say 2 times 2 is 4. So you divide it by what? You divide it by 3. 3 goes in 4. That is 1, remainder 1. You are going to write what here? You're going to write remainder 1. You carry what? You keep 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 you kept, making 3. Now 3 goes in 3. That is 1. Remainder is 0. You keep 1. You write what? You write 0. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 you kept, making 5. 3 goes in 5. That is what? 1, remainder 2. You write 2. Then the 1 that you are carrying in, you write it down. Write it down. So let's add them up together. This will be there. That will be there. This will be 2. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 1, is 3. Now 2 goes in 3. That is 1, remainder is 0. 1, remainder is 0. This 1 plus 0 plus 0 is what? Is 1. This is 2, and this is 1. You can see we get the same thing. 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. So I think the first one is easier and very straightforward. So let's move on. Let's assume we're given another one like this. Let's check another question. Let's assume they gave you something like this. Let's look at another base. Let's look at okay, let me look at long number now. I think that will be easier. Here's 2, 1, 0, 2, 1. Then you are multiplying by what? 1, 0, 2, 1. Let me do 1, 0, 3. Base what? This is base 4. We are dealing with base 4 now, not base 3. Now how do you do this? 3 times 1 is 3. I'll use the other one. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. It's just normal multiplication you did in your primary school. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. Then 0, sorry. 0 times 1, 0 times 2, that will give us a shit. Sorry for this. The pen. 0. Right? Now 1 times 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. And 1 times 2 is 2. Let me clean this snake. That's enough because of the. Sorry for that, please. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It's just it was a mistake. Now, so let's add them up together. Let's add this thing together. 3 plus, that is 3, Abi. That you have 6 here. 4 goes in 6, that is 1. Remainder what? Remainder 2. 1. Remainder what? Remainder 2. 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1, that is what? That is 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. 4 goes in 5, that is 1. Remainder 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. Sorry. 3 plus 2 is 5. 4 goes in 5. 1. Remainder 1 is 4. You are using to divide because in base 4. 1 plus 6 is 7. 4 goes in 7. That is 1. Remainder 3. 1. Remainder 3. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then you put this what? You put this 2 down. So this is what? This is your final answer in what? In base 4. Let's move on. Let's assume now you are given another base now. Let's look at this question now. Sometimes they won't give you the same base, they will give you in different base. So how do you now solve it? Let me clear this thing. Let's assume you're given something like this. Won't be stupid. So you have they give you 2, 1, 4 base 5. You are asked to multiply it by 102 base what? Base 3. Now what you are going to do here is just something that is normal. You can make sure you coerce or you convert each of any of them to the same base. So what I'm going to do here is that I can convert this one here to base 5. So I will now do the multiplication. To convert to base 5, I have to convert this one to base 10 first. So it will be 102. So 102 base 3 to convert to base 10. That will be 1 times 3 plus 0 times 3 plus 2 times 3. So this is 0, this is 1, and this is what? This is 2. 1 times 3 raised to 2 is 9. 1 times 9 is 9 plus what? Plus 0 plus what? Plus 2. That is what? 11 base 10, right? Now this 11 base 10, I will convert it to what? To base 5. So to convert it to base 5, so I will write 11 here. So this one will be 5 here. 5 goes in 11. That is what? That is 2. Remainder what? Remainder 1. And 5 again. 5 goes in 2 is not possible. That is 0. Remainder what? You bring this 2, you bring it here. So this one here is what? 21 base 5. So it means what is here is 21 base 5. So I can use to multiply. So what I have now is 214 base 5 times 21 base what? Base 5. This is what I'm going to do now. So 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is what? Is 4. Now let's go together. 4, this 4 is less than 5. 8 plus 1 is 9. 5 goes in 9. That is what? 2. Remainder 1. Right? 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. 5 goes in 6. That is 1. Remainder 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 goes in 5 is what? 1. Remainder is 0. So I'm going to put this 1 down. So this is my final answer. Now the last one now, let's look at just binary. Binary, because the teacher will start from binary for you. I just start from the top one, from the complex one, but it's still the same. Let's assume you are given something like this. You have 1, 1, 1. You should be able to do this one on your own. 1, 1, 1, 0, 1 times you have 1, 0, 1 base what? Base 2. This is the most simplest. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. This one, everything here will be 0 because it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then in line 1 times 1, here will be 1. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So let's add them up together. So in base 2, this will be 1. This will be 0. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 goes in 2. That is 1. Remainder is 0. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 goes in 2. That is 1. Remainder is 0. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 2 goes in 3. That is 1. Remainder 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 goes in 2. That is 1. Remainder is 0. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 goes in 2. That is 1. Remainder is 0. 1. Remainder is 0. Then this one, you put it down. So this is your final answer for the model. Let me scroll down so as you can see. So this is your final answer. You put what? Base 2. So that is under multiplication. Let's move on.